Hello there, my name is Aaron Thacker and welcome to this edition of KIFF. Now we the team at Kingston are very excited to welcome you all on the 24th of June when the festival gets underway. Now joining me today we have a very special guest. You may know her as Councillor Deanna Troi from the Star Trek franchise. She's also a very established actor and producer and she is an ambassador for KIFF this year. I'm very pleased to introduce Marina Sirtis to you. Marina, thank you for joining us today.
That was very impressive. You did that off the top of your head, no teleprompter, no notes, just woof, no mistakes. Aaron. You have a future, my darling.
Thank you very much, that means a lot. I have so many questions for you, but I wanted to start off by saying happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank you very much.
How was it? Get up and do anything nice?
I had a girly tea party for my girlfriends, no boys.
Lovely.
Yes,
lovely. Sounds
absolutely
like a good day.
Champagne and scones and cucumber sandwiches.
Can't go wrong with that, can you?
Exactly.
That's brilliant. Now, we are very proud to have you as an ambassador for KIFF.
Thank you.
Could you just talk to us a bit about what KIFF means to you and why you chose to get involved?
Well, I've never actually been involved with a film festival before, and I'm not sure that I've even... Oh no, I think I have had films in film festivals, but they've been genre specific, like horror or, you know, whatever, fantasy or whatever. So I have never been involved with one that's just a regular film festival. And what I like about this one is that we're gearing towards young filmmakers. Listen, my old farts of my generation, you know, we're set, we know what we're doing, we're settled, we we're basically at the tail end of our careers now, as opposed to you guys that are just starting out. So you're the future of the business. So I think it's brilliant that we're going to help you. We're going to show you a pathway, a roadmap, shall we, to how you can succeed in this business, give you any little tips that we've learnt along the way, so that you become better filmmakers and maintain the great standard of British filmmaking.
And it's so brilliant to have professionals like yourself on board to kind of encourage us.
Thank you for calling me a professional.
Yeah, absolutely, nothing less. Now, last year you attended the evening of short films.
Yes, I did.
Screenings at the Rose Theatre. How did you find that evening and what was it like to kind of meet the people involved with the festival and watch some of the work?
I thought the standard of the work as a whole was really, really good. I'm sure we're going to get stuff that is on that level.
And so what are the kind of main differences between the industry here in the UK and in the States? Were there any differences in the style of filmmaking or directing that you noticed?
Well, I'm not sure what's happening here because I've only just come back and I haven't done a lot of work here yet. But I notice over there what's happened in the business is that directors generally, I'm generalising madly here, so if you're not this type of director, don't send me hate mail, right? I'm generalising. A lot of the directors in America now care more about the visuals than they do about the performance. Right. They care about making something visually interesting, beautiful, whatever on the screen. As I don't go to the movies to watch the scene, Marie. I go to the movies to watch performances. And there are many directors now who actually don't direct actors. You know, I've done work where I didn't get a single note from the director.
It's really interesting.
Now, you assume at that point that you're doing it right.
Right.
That you've made the right choices, that he doesn't have anything to say to you. But if they don't say anything to anybody, anytime, you know that that's not their focus. And I'm sorry, but as an actor, I know that if you get the casting right, 90% of your work is done.
Talking about kind of iconic characters and character development, we have to talk about Star Trek, of course, and your role as Councillor Deanna Troi. Now, you played that role for over 30 years.
Since 1987.
Sure. So it was obviously, you know, a huge part of your life. I was wondering if you could talk about the casting process and kind of if you found it it was kind of, there was a moment where you knew this is going to change my life, or if it was kind of something that just happened naturally?
It took 6 auditions. I had one a week for 6 weeks. And of course, you know with every passing audition that you're getting closer and closer. And so you get more and more nervous. I mean, I'd only been in America for about 3 months. And I wasn't a Star Trek fan. The day that I got the job, because I think we did the last audition on the Monday, and I auditioned the same day as Denise Crosby and Gates McFadden, and they were both offered the job on Monday afternoon, and I wasn't offered the job till Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So Monday and Tuesday, I was convinced that I hadn't got the job. So Wednesday morning, I took the suitcase off the top of the wardrobe and I opened the suitcase and I started packing and the phone rang and it was my agent. And this is very American. She said, "We got it."
Wow.
We got it.
We got it.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember you in the audition room.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was how I got it. And then that day, from being in the minus column financially, I suddenly, on this day of being totally broke, I had a business manager, I had a publicist. I'm like, I can't pay you.
Yeah.
You will eventually. You know, it was one of those.
Yes,
So it was very, because I'd got good jobs in England, but the reality of getting that kind of job in America, it doesn't compare with any other country. I mean, it really is huge when you book a series in America. Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure there are so many Star Trek fans watching and kind of young filmmakers and actors who would aspire to be part of such an incredible franchise. I was wondering, were there any challenges playing a character for so long, and maybe as you started to become more aware of the fan base, were there any was there a journey you went on in terms of listening to maybe feedback about the character, or did you stay kind of true to?
No. Well, I don't listen to feedback from the fans about the character, but I did court the fans because I was going to be fired the first season.
Right.
Because Gene Roddenberry felt that there was one too many women on the show for an action adventure show.
Okay.
And you need a doctor. And you need a security chief, but you don't really need the psychologist, right? So I was the one that was being given the old heave-ho. And Gene Roddenberry's wife, Majel Barrett, played my mother on the show. So she knew that if I was fired, that was her job gone as well.
Right.
So she called me one Saturday afternoon and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Nothing." She said, "Okay, get your bum down to the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles," which is where Bobby Kennedy was shot, that hotel. And she introduced me to the fans. She was at a convention there, and she introduced me to the fans, who couldn't care less. Our show wasn't on the air yet. They had no clue who I was. They weren't interested. They wanted to see they wanted to see Kirk and Spock and Sulu, you know.
Right.
But she said, "Wait for me in the bar," and I waited, and she came out, and she knew. She's married to the boss. She knew I was getting fired. So she said to me, have you started doing conventions yet? And I said, no. She said, okay, you have to start doing conventions. She didn't tell me why, but she gave me a phone number of an agent and said, okay, make the call. And I started doing conventions, and I built my fan base.
Kind of going forwards, looking at some projects that you are involved in, on the 25th of June, there will be the first European premiere of the film 1,000 Little Cuts.
Yes.
Directed by Josh Brandon and also Rebecca Lydiard.
Yeah.
Now, off camera, you spoke to me about what a great experience you had.
Oh my God, she was amazing. I have never said this to another actor in my life, but when I finished working with Rebecca, I said, it's been a privilege working with you.
Wow.
That's how good she was. I mean, she, off the scale, brilliant. So yeah, I'm playing a therapist, so I was a bit dubious about playing the part because, Councillor Troy was a therapist, and, I'm like, but she's so different, and she's, and it's such an important movie because it's about domestic abuse, but not for a married couple. It's about young people who date controlling men. Right, a young woman who is in this very toxic relationship.
Okay.
And how you you wake up one day and you kind of go, what the heck happened?
Right. Yes.
Where are my friends? Where are my family? Why am I cut off from everybody? And that's what the movie's about. So I think it was a very important story to tell, and that's why I thought, I'll play a therapist again. That's fine.
Well, so it sounds like there's some important topics of conversation that will be brought up by the film, very kind of important to you especially.
Yeah.
And I'm aware there's also a Q&A after the premiere. I mean, that must be a great opportunity for you to interact with fans and
I do that
viewers.
A lot, though.
Yes, you do.
I've probably done 1,000 Q&As in my life.
Right,
yeah.
But you enjoy that kind of...
I do. That's when I do conventions, that's my favourite part, is the Q&A. Because when I was doing Star Trek, or when I was living in Hollywood, I didn't do any live theatre in LA. So doing conventions was my live audience fix, if you like, to actually have that. Because, most actors will tell you that you can't compare any type of acting with being on stage in a theatre.
Right.
And having that with the audience.
Face to
So there's
face.
an energy that you share for that moment that is unique to you as an experience.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yes, well, we really look forward to kind of seeing you in front of a live audience. Tickets will be on sale very soon.
Yeah.
So do keep an eye out on your local listings for that one. And then
Might sign a few autographs after as well, if you're nice to me.
that's an opportunity you can't refuse there. And so kind of talking about the festival itself, looking forwards to it, what are you most excited about for the actual event itself here in Kingston upon Thames?
Oh, well, first of all, I live really close by.
Do you? Okay, brilliant.
In Twickenham.
So you know the area a little bit, yeah.
So it's great that I just have to jump on the 281 bus to get
Yes,
here.
convenient.
But what I actually am looking forward to seeing the work. You know, these young people are the people who are going to be employing me down the road.
Right.
I want to see what they're about, you know, and they're not stale yet. They haven't been, you know, ruined by the business. They're still young and they're still optimistic and they're still enthusiastic and they're not cynical and, you know, kind of jaded like I am. So
Not at all.
It's going to be great to be seeing what these young people are coming up with.
Sure. That's absolutely brilliant. Well, I'm sure if there was ever a reason to get involved with a festival like this, hearing from yourself and hearing about your experiences, I think it's such a great opportunity for young filmmakers to put your work in front of someone like Marina. Marina, thank you so much.
Thank you,
It's been
my
an
love.
absolute pleasure to talk to you today.
Well, it's been a very good interview.
Oh,
So
thank you
well
very much.
done.
Thank
Because
you.
I did tell him that I've walked out of interviews before if they don't do their homework.
Had me on edge from the beginning.
How to
It's been
make the
brilliant.
interviewer really nervous. By the way, if you haven't done your homework, I walk out.
Yes, no, I'm glad you've stayed in your seat. It means a lot. Thank you. Marina, thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you,
to
my
us.
love,
and
thank
we
you.
look forward to your involvement in the rest of the festival.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Well, thank you very much for watching that episode of KIFF. Don't forget to like this edition and subscribe to the channel for more updates. Thank you very much.